What is up, everybody? My name is Hyken, and this is the Xtrfy M4 RGB.
SWAT. Oh. No, he stole my 4K! Make it three, make it three, make it three! Oh! Oh, nice. Oh, I would have been like a 4K.
Really quick before we get started, please do remember to like and subscribe if you're enjoying the video. Check out my socials in the description, all that good stuff. Let's get into the video. This mouse will cost you between $60 and $70 depending on the color you get. I believe the retro color, which is like white and red, kind of like old school Nintendo kind of colors, that one's going to be $70, but the black one that I got, that was only $60. In the box, you get the mouse, 2 extra escape keycaps, extra PTFE mouse feet, a sticker, and a manual. Extra feet is always a nice feature, especially in a world where paracord mods are pretty common, so it's very nice to have those extra feet right out of the box that you don't even have to order. The technical specs of the mouse, including the sensor, mouse clicks, stuff like that, it's all printed on the back of the box, listed as the winning ingredients. This section on the back of the box claims that the mouse is 71 grams, and my scale is inclined to agree. It either tells me 71 or 72. Physical build quality of this mouse is pretty good overall, with really my only concerns being with the mouse 1 and mouse 2. There's a little bit of pre-travel on each of them, as well as some lateral movement, not what you really want to see. The shell felt sturdy despite all the holes in it. There wasn't really any bend or flex that I could tell, even when I was applying direct pressure to the shell. The mouse does tend to show a pretty decent amount of finger oil, and I'm not super thrilled about that, but again, this might just be the black version of the mouse. You might be fine on the other colors. Or you might just not notice it. This PixArt 3389 sensor is also absolutely amazing. Tracking, flicking, all of that, it was great. I wouldn't expect anything less from this sensor. There's also a switch on the bottom of the mouse to change between the different pulling rates, and there's also a button for the DPI on the bottom of the mouse as well. We'll get to what this button on the top does later. This is an ergonomic or ergo mouse shape, and that's a first for me personally and a first on this channel, so I was very excited to test this mouse out. For reference for this whole section, my hand measures about 17.5 centimeters this way and about 8 centimeters this way. I also prefer to use a relaxed claw grip, so the back of my palm is up against the mouse and my fingers are bent, but just slightly. The measurements for this mouse are on the back of the box, and they should be up on the screen right about now. Size-wise, this mouse fits me great. Initially, I was not a big fan of the shape of this mouse at all, this ergonomic shape, because I'm very used to using ambi mice, or ambidextrous mice. The shape of this mouse was actually my biggest complaint about it at first. I was not a big fan of the shape, but as I started to use the mouse more and get more and more used to the way that this mouse fit my hand, I actually started to like it a pretty good amount. Really, the only thing that I wish was different was that I wish that my thumb was either resting a little bit higher on the mouse, or the thumb buttons were even placed a little bit lower on the mouse. I definitely had a bit of a hard time trying to reach them. This mouse is definitely made for people with about my size hands, so I would say medium hands, using a relaxed claw grip, a palm grip, even a regular claw grip. However, I don't think that this is really great for fingertip gripping, because you'll definitely have some issues trying to reach those side buttons unless you like to position your thumb a little bit higher on the mouse anyways. But I know that when I was doing some fingertip grip testing, no, I was not a fan. The RGB in this mouse looks great, from the scroll wheel to the band in the front and a little bit on the sides, even to the Xtrfy logo that's on the inside of the mouse. I think that's actually a very cool feature. I don't think that we see a lot of mice with lighting on the inside of the mouse, at least not these holy mice. So I think it's a very cool feature, and definitely something that makes this mouse stand out a little bit more against the other Swiss cheese mice. And not to mention that these holes are also circular as opposed to the hex-shaped ones that we normally get. Now, this button on the top of the mouse is actually used to change the RGB lighting effects, because Unfortunately, there is no software for this mouse. That means that you can't remap functions, do anything like that, because I know that I personally would really like to change this top button function from the lighting to maybe something like muting my mic in Discord like I normally do with these top buttons. So a little bit of a disappointment there, but maybe they're working on it right now. I'm really not sure, so definitely keep an eye out on the software page on their website. This Xtrfy Easy cord is also really great. It glides very well. It doesn't get in my way. It's an awesome cord. This scroll wheel is a little bit too loose for my personal preference. I found this morning when I was playing Halo with it that I would swap my weapon twice, meaning that I would end up with the original weapon that I was reloading currently. That's why I swapped weapons, and then I would lose my 1v1. So yeah, I would definitely like to see a little bit of a more tense scroll wheel. These PTFE feet aren't the best that I've used, but they definitely are a huge step up from Teflon feet, so you know what? I'll take it. Not to mention that they even give you extra feet. These Omron Mouse 1 and Mouse 2 switches also feel great, and they are rated for a whopping 20 million clicks. These side buttons aren't the best. Again, they are a little bit too high for my personal preference, and they feel a little bit mushy, but they do sound nice and clicky at least. Let's go ahead and hear a sound test for every button on this mouse. I actually really like this Mouse 1 and Mouse 2, but again, I'm just not a huge fan of these side buttons, at least the way they feel. They sound great, they don't feel as good. Overall, I think this is a really great mouse. I think the weight here is also about perfect, even though this is on the heavier end of the ultralight mouse spectrum at about 71, 72 grams. I also think that the sensor and the performance that you get out of this mouse is absolutely fantastic for the $60 to $70 price tag. The shape and look of this mouse is also absolutely fantastic. Xtrfy is also even currently in the process of getting a patent on this shape, which I think they're definitely right to do because this shape is very nice. This is a super comfortable, high performance mouse, and I think that if you're in the market for a lightweight ergo mouse, this is the one. You can stop looking. That is going to do it for me today, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Also, consider turning on that notification bell so you can get notified right when I upload. All right, I'm out of here. I will see you all in the next one. Peace.